Hey crafters, it's me Jen Evers with Quality Crafts and welcome to another Free Play Friday. Today we're doing Deco Foil ideas, so we'll be using Deco Foil sheets. And then I wish I had the 5 new Deco Foil sheets because they are amazing. But if you're interested in getting yourself a set of those, then join us on our budget shop and get in on that deal. It's going to be really super cool. I have other ones of Deco Foil. I also have these little ones that I'm going to show you right now. These are by Ranger. These are Frozen, Celebrate, and Holiday. And so they've got like 3, 4, 5, I think it's 5. 5 different coordinating colors for those seasons. They're really fantastic. So either one you'd be super happy with. The other thing, hey Sherry, the other thing that I'm going to cover today that's super easy, which is probably a really good way to start out, is using your laminator in anything that has a black and white toner printed design or anything on it like this. There's a whole bunch of them in here. This is what I did ahead so you can see what I'm talking about. I used 2 different foils. I put them on there, put them into a piece of copy paper, and then put it through my laminator, which I'm going to show you that one. That's like the super quickest, easiest way to do it. Hi Jill, hi Danielle. And so we're going to be doing a few of these today. I know it is a sale weekend, so I won't be on with you for a full hour, which is why I labeled this one part 1. We're going to delve into doing some a little bit more difficult, a little more intermediate kind of things next Friday. So for right now, I'm going to do some of the easier techniques and stuff that you probably have already seen, or maybe you haven't, and this will get you motivated to pull out some of your supplies or get some if you don't have any yet. The other thing I would like to do is I would like to try to do some of these wings as well. We'll see if we get to those. So in order to cut that, I had to pull the Cuttlebug out, so I will just move him over here real quick. And so I am using 110-pound cardstock. And this is, I always forget what it's called. It's like digital opaque something. It's 120 pounds. It's super heavy. I love this thick. I love a card to have a lot of weight to it when you get it, not have it be real flimsy. So I love this stuff. And the first thing, but I'm going to show you some of the techniques on these, which is why I have them cut. But the first thing I want to do is show you this. So I'm going to turn mine on. I have a Royal Sovereign. If you've ever had any issues with yours in the past, this Royal Sovereign is super easy. You just plug it in, you turn it on hot or cold, and then an on and off switch. So I turn it on and hot. And I'm going to let it sit for just a moment while we go through some really super easy ones. Even easier than even having to have a laminator. All you have to have is like sticky or double-sided tape, that kind of thing. One of the easiest ways to add a really cute, just a pop of something, a pop of color, would be to use your glue dots because they are double-sided and sticky. And I think for this one, I'm going to try, what color? Let's open this one. This one's called Celebrate. Hi Cindy, hi Friendly, hi Dawn. Hey Kathy. This one's called Celebrate. I'm going to pull out the colors you get. They come in this little pack. This is really easy to get, and I'll put these in the pre-sale. Right now I have out the 5 new Deco Foil ones because they're amazing, but I will put these out as well. You get more than one sheet. So here's a really nice rainbow one. You also get this polka dotted yellow, which is spectacular. You get a nice rainbow silver. There's even a black. So if you wanted something to stand out in a black and white. And then you get this really cool animal print. That is so cool. And you get more than one sheet of each. And they're super duper thin. So you kind of have to really be careful with how you pull those out. And just so that this shows up as well as I can make it show up for you, there's so many different colors. I'm going to use the black one for right now because I want to show you that if you want to add some really cool little things, use your glue dots, put them in the corners, I got one that I don't want down, so I'm going to pick that one back up because you want them to be flat and smooth. You don't want them to be rolled up or anything like that. So I'm going to put one in each corner. We're going to go for black this time, but trust me, no matter what you have, if you get these little packs, then you can use the little packs for smaller things and then get the big packs for the larger papers and larger projects you want to do. And then all you have to do is do the color side up, put that onto your double-sided sticky. In our case, we're using glue dots. And then peel that off. And now it's a shiny black like an enamel dot. I'm going to do one on each corner here. Roll your finger around it so it sticks to every little piece of it, and it'll come off a lot easier. Looks like I got some sticky something on the card already. Whoops. There we go. So I've got those 4 corners. If you have anything sticky on there, it's going to stick to it. So I must have had something on my cardstock. That can also be done with using any kind of double-sided adhesive if you have this kind of tape. So I'm going to do a few with this as well. Hi Sharon, hi Debbie. Hey Sandy. So let's just go ahead and put a couple across here. And when you do this, no matter where you do this on your card, you only want to do one at a time. Don't peel off all the backings because then you'll have them all sticking together. Hey Trudy. Hi Linda. So I'm going to go ahead and, actually I think I'm going to peel mine or cut mine off the edge here first. You don't have to. If you want to have something to grab onto, you can keep them. You probably hear Coda snoring. In a few minutes my alarm's going to go off and I'm going to have to pause and take him outside. So I hope you guys will just go with me on that. A lot of you guys already know about Coda and his special needs. Right now he's on a schedule of eating 4 times a day. And so because I'm trying to get him to gain weight because he's very thin. He has mega esophagus. So let's go ahead and do a couple of these. I'm going to try to do the rainbow one across. Looks like it's not going to fit the whole thing. So I'm going to do this part first, and then I'll put some on the other side. And there it is. Look how pretty that is. Alexa, shut down. I'm going to put a little bit more on here before I take him out. And there's still a little bit left. So anytime you have some left, you can just keep putting that over the top and filling it in. So you could end up with some really crazy designs if you wanted to. So that is super quick, super cool. I know at first I didn't get into doing this a lot because I'm going to finish up these 3 rows and then I'll take him out because he's sleeping right now. I was afraid to start with Deco Foils at first because I was like, oh, you have to have a laminator and you have to have all that goop that you put on, and I really didn't want to have to deal with all that. But now, here's a like a design kind of a thing that you can do, and you can put this on black paper. It makes really look pop on black paper too. But you can get started without really that much. You probably have a lot of these things in your craft space right now. So there's that animal print. Isn't that pretty? And I've done the yellow on the flower, so I'm going to go ahead and use this one, this silver one on the last one here. Then I'm going to pop outside real quick. Hey Sherry Koval. And then I'm going to come back in and we're going to do the one that goes on the toner one. So I'm going to show you about the toner. That way, wherever we drop off, I'll bring in more techniques to use with this next Friday. So this is part 1 in case you missed it, and we'll be doing part 2 next Friday. And I think I missed a little piece, so I'm just going to keep going over it until I feel like it's covered. Here we go. Now I've got a cracked silver. Isn't that pretty? You know, you can do these in different, you know, gold and silver and whatever not too. It doesn't matter. You can make them striped. You can put them on black. So the next thing I'm going to do when I get back in with my buddy here, Coda, is I'm going to do some of these for you, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that. So we're just going to do a really quick pause here. All right, I'm going to have to go back and get him again, but I love all the way these designs look on here. And of course, the larger ones, besides these little ones, you can use the big ones too. These Deco Foil ones, they say you can use them on fabric and paper. I've only ever used mine on paper. And this one is... it's called Amethyst Watercolor, which is really pretty. So we'll do one with that too. Hey, Kathy Webb. So here is the one that I did for the thumbnail image. I've got the yellow polka dots on the top for the flower, and I've got a flat green for the leaf, and I put them in there together, and I'll show you how I did that. And if you have a toner printer, you can do any of these directly on, I'm losing my train of thought. If you have a toner printer, you can make these and foil them yourself. You can do names and personalized things. You can do all kinds of, anything you can think of, that if you print it in that, you can get it that way. You use rubber stamp with a glue pad. The thing is if you just use plain old glue, I don't believe that's going to work as well as things that are made to stay tacky after they dry. So a couple of products I have here is the sticky powder. Now if you use the sticky powder, you have to heat set that and get that on there like almost immediately, because it doesn't stay sticky for very long. Hi Wanda. Hi Beth. So then you can also do, that's what the Versamark is for, to put the sticky pad down. Then you can use the gel duo or the gel transfer, which was the old stuff here. Hi Sherry. So this one is the new formula, dries clear, stays tacky. It's the duo. If you have just the regular transfer gel, you can also use that. And then I also have Deco Foil liquid adhesive. Now I'm gonna show you how to use it with this one and this one. If you put it on really thin, it'll dry very quickly. And then you can either push it down with your fingers, or you can run it through your Cuttlebug or your Gemini or your Big Shot, and get some nice even pressure on there so you get a better looking result. So this one I'm going to try to do this purple, I think. Let me see what else I have. Amethyst. I actually have a rainbow one. Let's try to do this rose and rainbow. I think that would be really pretty. So even when you get these, you're gonna have more than one sheet. They're super duper thin, so you wanna make sure you only get one. And then always save your leftovers. So you kind of decide how much of that you want. Cut around there. I'm gonna cut off about a little rectangle piece, and then I'm gonna cut around it. So I want to make sure that I have maybe a little bit of a rounded spot here to get around the bottom of those. I don't want to get the rainbow all over the leaves. So probably go about there. And I put it in what they call a carrier sheet. I just take a piece of scrap printer paper, something super thin, put it over the top, make sure it's where I want it, and then I'm going to do the rest in green, which I have from the holiday set. So I'm going to pull that one out. This one is the holiday one. And hopefully I have enough with my little scraps here. Should be able to do the rest of this. Close. I'm going to go ahead and cut some off the bottom here. There we go. We just need another little piece. And shiny side up. We're going to put that on there and run this through the lamination. So folded side goes in first. And when it grabs, then you just let it go. You can also use Aleene's Tack It Over and Over because that stays tacky afterwards too. This is just a regular laminator. It does hot and cold. I'm using the hot setting. And again, this is the toner that we're covering up on. So if you have a toner printer, you can print anything you want. All right. Let's see how well we did. Usually, if it went on well, you can almost see the whole pattern of what's going on there. See that? And then you can just peel them off. So cool. So let's go ahead and take off the rest of the green. See how nicely it went on those leaves, and then you can see the negative in the pieces that are left over. And there's our rainbow rose. I got a little bit on the greens, but that's okay. Because there was a little bud right here I wanted to get to, so I got a little bit on the green, but it still looks really pretty. That compares to the first flower I did, which was this one. Cool, huh? So if you want to save some of these to do dots, or you want to save some of these to do rows or whatever, you can save all these extra pieces. It's totally up to you. I don't have anything in mind for that right now, so I'm going to throw away some of these little dinky pieces that I already have done. And I think this looks really cool, so I'm going to do this one in, I'm going to put this piece back in here. I like to keep track of which ones they came from so that if I'm looking for a certain color, I know where it is, because these are the holiday colors. This one came from, I'll move that over. This one came from this one. Can't remember what this one's called. Holiday Frozen. What else did I pull out today? These I only took a couple strips out of, so I'm saving the whole extra piece, obviously, so I can use those again. And this one came from Celebrate. That's what this one is, Celebrate. So before I put the laminator away, or turn it off and let it cool, these are tricky. I'm going to set these aside. I want to use one from the Frozen bunch because we haven't seen any from that. And we're going to do this one. And I'd like to do it in a blue. This one is really pretty. I'm going to pull this one out. And then while it's going through the laminator, I'm going to go ahead and coat it back in. Look at this. Isn't that cool? Imagine all the different ideas and stuff that you do with your cards that you could use that for. It's amazing. So I'm just going to do enough to cut off to make that circle. Hopefully I made it big enough. Oh, so close. I'll cut the other side so that's bigger. And then I'll save these. So right on top of there, shiny side up, put it in your sheet of printer paper, and then fold side first, put it through your laminator. I had 2 Amazon laminators. My first one lasted like over a year and I loved it. The next one I got after that, it didn't work. It was a dud. I got another dud, and finally I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go with a really good name brand. And Royal Sovereign came out as being an excellent brand, and I went with that. You can even get one that's bigger that'll do 12 by 12, which is also amazing. It sounds like it all crumpled up in there on me. I must have got too close to one side. Yep. I love it when things go wrong when you're doing a live video. But, you know, crap happens, so you just gotta deal. I've never had anything get cut in this one. I've never had anything get caught in this one like this. Go ahead and turn the whole thing off. Hopefully, since that was a pretty small piece, I shouldn't have a problem getting it out of there once I remove the paper. After I just told you how good this one was, isn't it just my luck that it would happen to get clogged on this right now? Well, I'm not going to doodle with that right now. What I'm going to show you, do you see where it is? And it got crumpled in a side there. I'm going to be yanking that out later. I'm going to go ahead and put that on the shelf here so it's safe. and we will pull that out later. Actually, I'll show you once I get it out of there and it works again on the next video. I will also unplug it. Sherry's worried I'm going to get electrocuted or something. So anyway, I did try several of these that I just want to show to you real quick. I've got a couple of the ones that I used for the other one. So here are the ones that I've got that I tried out ahead of time. This one was the sticky powder, and you notice that it didn't stick very well. And it could either be that my sticky stuff is old or I didn't get it on there quick enough. Because I was trying to I was trying not to get the powder everywhere, so I was using my regular tool here, my little heat tool, to get that heated up. And I should have just went with the regular straight, this tool. I went on high because you need to get it melted and get it on and get it quick. So not my favorite way to use it. These two turned out really well. I only used my finger. I did not run it through like my Cuttlebug or my Gemini, which I recommend because it gives much better pressure than your hand or your finger. But just so that you can see how that turned out, this one and this one are both duos on this side. This one right here where my finger is the duo. And all I did was spread it on really thin. It dried within minutes. And then the other one, I squirted on some of the Deco Foil. This one is called just the liquid adhesive. I used one of these to smear it out really flat. And you can see where that glue is all around it. I just put it right in the middle, gave it a push with my finger, and look at how that turned out. Now all you have to do is put that in your Gemini or your Big Shot or whatever it is that you use. Give it a little bit of an extra shim and give it that super good pressure, and it'll come out really, really well. The next time I do one of these, I'd like to go ahead and use stencils and a couple of other fun little things to show you some really cool techniques. And we will be doing that next week. So I will show you the sticky, and then we'll be using probably the duo through some stencils, and I'll show you some of those. We'll be using the big sheets like this and doing backgrounds. We'll be using cutout dies and double-sided tape. So if you've got some thicker, wider tape that you want to give a shot, that's fun to work with. And I'll be doing the wings. So if you like this little taste of how you can use foils, but you want to know more about it, come and join me next week. Excuse me, while we explore a lot more of that. And tonight is a sale weekend. So we have our patron only sale this evening from 6 to 7. And so I will get that set up, and I can't wait to see you guys there. Remember, we don't do that sale here. We make sure to do that one in our private group, and it'll be on the link for the Zoom will be in that private group so that you can join us there. And the regular public sale is from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. tomorrow on Saturday. We hope to see a lot of you guys there. Go ahead and spread the word. Let people know that that's still going on. Lots of really fun goodies. If you want to get in on the pre-sale, all you have to do is give us your best donation. It's a monthly thing, and it's patreon.com/qualitycrafts. And what you're giving to is a community of friendly, drama-free, and commitment-free fun for everybody that we just don't want it to end. And eventually I will be doing this full-time. So give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you've just come across this and you're like, yeah, that's totally for me. It's usually very interactive. Usually I give you guys voting time and all that stuff. So try to join us also on Wednesdays for 1 in 10 by Jen, which is where I take scraps from you guys. I set a timer for 10 minutes and I create a card for that person, and then I send it back to them. So you get your card back to you with the scraps that you sent me. And then we have friends that like to try to stump me. It's really fun. So remember, Wednesdays and Fridays, always 5 p.m. I'll see some of you guys tonight on the patron only sale, and I hope to see more of you guys tomorrow at the public sale from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's right here on YouTube. And I cannot wait to see you guys next video.